Dublin, day 2. This is today's edition of... What building is that? That looks cool. Also, this is an archaeological site from a bunch of Viking homes from like the 1100s. That's pretty cool too. Since we've got a shot, so this church here is St. Michan's Church, built in 1095. And it was built to serve the inhabitants of what was then known as Oxman's Town, which is what the archaeological site sort of dug up. And they were the Normans conquered Dublin in early 1100s. So all the Vikings were expelled to Oxman's Town. Oxman meaning Eastman at the time. So like another word for Vikings basically. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, hidden Irish flag. We've got things, statues. I think it's the National Museum art gallery thing, because I haven't quite located that yet. Very impressive building. How old do we think that sign is? I like this one. Particularly relevant since we're on the Oxman side of the river, the Viking Norse side. Jump cut to right behind me. Yes, I am walking along the river, and I think this is, wait. Yes, walking along the River Liffey. So originally most of the settlements were on the far side, which I think is the south side. There's this one, which is the side on the right. Whereas on the left we had where the Vikings were expelled to. And that one has our friend. So I'm trying to go to Phoenix Park today, but I'm a little distracted by these buildings over here. Yeah, right, so from here I can see it's got AD 1444. Google Maps tells me it's a hospital, so probably won't go over there and investigate any further. But that's that. It's a really nice building. And this is the statue to the goddess of the river. Actually, quite a nice spot. How budget is your budget accommodation? Although, to be fair, my accommodation doesn't even have a sign. Without being an Airbnb, it's a hostel with 40 rooms. What is that? 40 by 8. Oh, I like that piece of there actually. That's cool. Strength. Yeah. This, I assume Dublin coat of arms is from. Actually, wait. What kind of building is this on? It's a lamppost. Very ornate for a lamppost. Yeah, I picked the wrong. I don't think you really get the scale of it. I want to go. I reckon it's World War II memorial. No, it won't be World War II because the Irish were neutral in World War II, so it's Irish independence, I guess. Let's go find out if I can. Normally traffic's a problem. Where can I cross? I don't know. Are we allowed to walk on the grass? Because no one else is. Just tourist things. I want to find out what that is. I guess I'll look at it on Google. Of all the things I thought that this would be dedicated to, obviously World War II, no. World War I potentially, but Irish independence, I mean, it's quite an extravagant monument. Wellington, it is a monument to Wellington, who of course defeated Napoleon. So this feels very much like an English. Oh, we've got, so this is representing the Battle of Waterloo here. It feels like very English. So, to give you an idea as to how sort of weird this is, because it's quite an extravagant monument, so I guess they feel like they can't really get rid of it. It's not connected to anything, it's just grass, which the Irish have respectfully mown recently. Ooh, Irish grass. But you can see the staircase, it doesn't go anywhere. Like, you have to walk through, like, the field of grass to get to here. I think I saw a homeless person on here earlier, like, having a nap. It's... Like, if this was in London, this would be fenced off. 100%. I don't know, let's walk around it a little more. This is the other pictorial side, I guess. I don't know, I guess everyone loves Wellington. You know, I really do like a beetroot Wellington if you're vegetarians. It actually tastes quite nice. And here is Wellington in India. That up there says Monkasir. I don't know the significance of that, it just says India. Not entirely sure what's going on. Look, I walked around the whole thing and I found the solitary path leading up to the Wellington Monument. I'm surprised this hasn't been vandalized. Or like, yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It's interesting. This is why we travel. Interesting. Heading down in that direction. Lovely view. I thought I'd just take a video of the map. But you can see, so we're at the National Gardens, which was a Viking funeral area, which was also as far up the River Liffey. That was navigable back in those times. But you can also see Oxman's Town. And you can see where Viking Dublin was. World War I Memorial Garden. Constructed by 50% ex-servicemen from the Irish Citizens Army and 50% ex-servicemen from the British Army. And I seem to be the only person here, other than the maintenance. This is the magazine fort. Commanding view over the outskirts of Dublin. And that's all I can tell you about it. So, the fort is closed for repairs, essentially. So I can't tell you anything else other than, I mean, it's got that World War I sort of era, maybe World War II bunkhouse sort of feel to it. It's obviously quite disused. From here, you can actually see the World War I Memorial Park in there. That's where that crosses. A couple of statues. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Nice view. Small herd of deer. Pretty sure this is the Phoenix Park Memorial. Looks like a lot of families there, so I don't know how much filming I'll do. This is the view. And I hope it doesn't rain. Not the Phoenix Park Memorial, the memorial to that time twice the Pope came here and gave Mass. This is the residence of the US ambassador to Ireland, just randomly in the middle of this park. That's the Phoenix Monument. I don't know what makes it so monumentous. I don't understand what's going on here. Like, what? It's like it's got a moat. And there's lots of security. Like, I want to be on that side somewhere. My destination is over there. But, no? Is that not allowed? So, someone lives here. I don't know who. It's starting to rain. This is, not really going to plan. I mean, to be honest, at this point in the day, I was trying to go to like a Tesco over there. Adventures to Tesco. Quality content. I like how the forest is in a circle. I don't know if this is a thing James Joyce actually wrote. Not. But there we are. And celebrating the 200th anniversary of Brazilian independence. Saw this, I think, yesterday. Because we're still right next to the river. Eye-catching advertisement for a book. Started my day over at Four Courts over there, which is a law court and not a tourist attraction. Finishing my day, I really hope this is St. Patrick's Cathedral, otherwise it's going to be kind of awkward. Also, I like the extension on over the road. I think this is Dublin, which is the museum about like historical Dublin. So I was mistaken. I mean, it's still a tourist attraction though. Final stop for the day, it is Ireland's National Cathedral, St. Patrick's Cathedral. Entry I think is like €7, €8. It's also after closing time. So yeah, we're not going inside, but yeah. I mean, it's not as grand as I was expecting from the outside. Although I do like the little minaret things. That's a nice touch. Anyway, St. Patrick's Cathedral. So this is like the back part of a cathedral space. Do some jump cuts in a second. But basically it's really interesting how in modern times they won a whole bunch of Nobel Prizes for literature. When if you go back to like, I guess post-Roman sort of era, a lot of the sources when I was living in Scotland, looking into the history there, a lot of the sources were actually Irish sources, because the Irish were the ones basically recording history through all the churches and the petty kingdoms and stuff. So I think that's just kind of interesting how like Ireland just has this random like history of literature. It's definitely something that's worth celebrating as well. I wonder if it's the Ends game I'm thinking of. Some of James Joyce's little plaque monument. I really like all of these titles. Brightest of the Sea, Shadow of the Glen, Playboy of the Western World. Those are some great titles. Oscar Wilde's got a plaque here as well. Jonathan Swift, I've seen you around a few places. Gulliver's Travels. It was sunny 3 minutes ago. now we have the faintest rainbow of all time. Someone has a sense of humor. Doesn't it look like a BMX track?